Hey there, and welcome to the Upkeep. Today I'm going to show you a very interesting game that's only played on Magic Online, and it's called Momir Basic. Momir Basic is a type of game using a very specific deck, and it's just really a blast. It's really chaotic. It's a lot of fun to play casually. To get playing it, you end up having to make a deck. It's a 60-card deck that needs to be 60 lands, plus you need the Momir Vyg avatar. You can get started in this if you actually go into the store for, I think it's $9.99. You can buy the special event deck pack for Momir Basic that gives you exactly this. You might actually want to play with tweaking the deck a little bit. It sounds kind of funny for a deck with 60 lands, but you can tweak around with that. It's basically centering around the idea of this Momir avatar, which allows you to, once per turn, discard a card, tap as many mana as you want, and randomly cast any creature from the game. Now, specifically, if you tap 3 mana, discard a card, you will randomly cast any 3 mana creature in the game, for example. So, for being something so chaotic, there's actually a fair bit of strategy that goes into it. And hey, we've actually got our game started here. So, I will play first. So one thing you'll notice is I actually play a fairly heavy set of swamps and mountains. Typically, you want to play a few more swamps and mountains than other cards, just because the activated abilities that come up a lot of times require black or red mana more often than other things. So the game tends to go back and forth a bit. You'll notice I didn't play a creature on turn 1. Besides building your deck to have sort of different strategies, there's also some strategies based upon when you want to play creatures or not, because the longer that you wait, for example, to play a creature, the better chance you have of getting something better, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and make one now at 2. And say OK. My computer is running really slow at the moment for some reason. I have a lot of mountains here, so I'm going to discard a mountain. And there we go. I got an Ock. He's a 4/4 who can't block or attack at the moment. All right. So a lot of times you'll see people, they'll play. One of the typical strategies is you don't play at 1 because the 1 mana creatures just aren't that good. You play at 2 because it has the greatest chance of giving you mana acceleration, and mana acceleration does amazing things for you in this game. Go ahead and set this to always yield to it. He can make saprolings now, it looks like, and pump up his creatures if he wanted to. Chances of him doing either of those are probably pretty small. Now, quite often people will skip the 3 spot because the 3s just aren't that good as well in general. And that's a good way to get yourself to be able to get up to the bigger levels. For example, 9 mana is actually a very good one. 12 to get Blightsteel Colossus is of course good. And at some point, because you are having to discard cards, you will end up getting maxed out on mana at some point. Alright, so he can sacrifice a cleric to do things. And he's a cleric, so he could sacrifice himself. Well, looks like he didn't attack in and should have. I don't think he realized that I couldn't actually attack there. Let me go ahead and bring out this super pretty mountain. Alright, and let's try to get a 4-drop and see what we get. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can get rid of a mountain, I guess. Want to keep the other cards just in case. Oh, and we got mana ramping. Alright, this is going to be good. I'm still not sure why my computer has decided to be extremely laggy at the moment. Hopefully this recording is coming out well, because this is probably going to be a good one. So he is just a 2/2 that he just cast because of how it got cast. So is he going to attack or not? And this could be crazy mana ramp with that Karametra's Acolyte if I happen to get another green creature. That's just going to be complete luck though. And I still can't block with Ock. So in all honesty, if he attacked in with all 6 creatures at the moment, I'm just going to take it. Well, sorry, I was going to say all 6 power, but only 4 can attack at the moment. So yep, I guess actually I can block one of them with the Acolyte, can't I? He doesn't really have any shenanigans. So I can block that one, and I'll take 2. Alright. Well, since I've got the green out, let me go ahead and toss out a forest. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Going to go ahead and use our mana ramp. Come on. So we're now up to 6. We'll discard an extra swamp since we have an extra one in hand. He's a 3/3 with Bushido. Bushido means if he's blocked, he gets +1/+1. Yes. Alright. We put our pop at 3/3. Oh, and he can give -1/-1s to other creatures. So if I get any 1/1s at this point, he'll kill them. Alright, he passed it on to me. Would have been really nice if that would have been a green creature. Because at this point, we're still at a stalemate on any sort of attacking. I got a super pretty plains. I'll play that. Alright, let's see where we end up. Now, there is the possibility, when you're doing this, there are some creatures that will, of course, just completely screw you over. You can't win the game ones, or ones that you have to pay upkeep on, or they do bad things to you, and you can't afford the upkeep because you don't have the right color mana. There are some basically just you lose cards. I'll discard the extra planes though. 2 is enough. And sometimes that just happens. Oh, there we go. We just got an 8/8 worm. I will pass the turn at the moment. That is awesome. because our mana ramp just went through the charts. Really wish my computer was acting up a little better right now. It's making this all take a lot longer than it should. Foundry Champion deals damage to target creature play equal to the number of creatures he control. Oh no, he can kill my Acolyte now. Just when I was about to ramp out to ridiculous levels. Because he can do 5 damage to something. And I'm assuming he's going to kill the Acolyte. He's not. He's killing Ak. I think that was a misplay. I don't know why he did that. And then he didn't attack in. So he is a 4/4 and is pumpable. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and play out a mountain. Alright, let's do this. So there's also sometimes a question of whether you want to play the creature before combat or after combat. Before combat is great because if it happened to have haste, that's an awesome thing. You didn't use my extra mana here. I was like, that number should be much bigger. So we're up to 11. So let's do that. I will discard a forest. And I got Darksteel Colossus. Awesome. Alright, I kind of want to attack with my 8/8, but he could actually block me, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want him to... Well, if he blocked with all of them, and well, he doesn't have to. He only has to block with 3, and then only 2 would die. I'm just going to pass, because right now that worm is actually making me so much mana. I really don't want to risk it. So I was talking about the playing before, playing after. Okay. The benefits of playing after may be at the lower levels sometimes, as you might have had a creature with raid, and now the raid trigger doesn't go off because you didn't attack. Also, sometimes there are creatures you cast that don't allow the rest of your creatures to attack. And if that happens, it really sucks if you cast beforehand. So I've now got an 11/11 Trampler that's indestructible that I'm just going to be blasting in with every turn while keeping my Slagworm back as a mana ramp. Flying haste, gain control of all dragons. Okay. Good thing I don't have any of those. But he is a 7/7 flyer. So that's going to be a thing. And he has haste. So he can actually hit me right now with that. That's going to suck. Oh, but he didn't. I wonder if he didn't realize it had haste and that I had no blocking. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go for a 12 because 12 gives me a very good chance of getting the King of Infect. I think there are only 3 creatures that cost 12. Man, the computer's running slow. I think it's something about the recording at the moment. Alright, I am at 12. Let's do this. I am happy to sit here at 12 and do this every single turn. It that betrays. 11/11 with Annihilator 2. Alright, I think it's time to go to combat. I am just going to attack with my Colossus. Let's see what happens here. He has to block it with something, but it does have trample. It's also indestructible. I don't know if he realizes that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I think he's just trying to keep as much as he can possible. I am happy to kill all those at the moment. Right. Now he can still hit me with that haster. Oh, that kind of sucks. Well, I mean, it sucks in the sense that all that he got out of that was a 6/6. It is flying, it is first rank, it is vigilant, it is lifelink, it is protection from red and from green. But I have got some ridiculous things at the moment. Because I'm absolutely going to attack with it that betrays. And now he can't even block it. So. Because that Annihilator 2 is going to very much mess him up, even if he would have been able to kill it. Alright, no blockers. Nope, I'm going to take the 7. Alright, let's do this again. Let's see what we get this time. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4. X is 12. Toss this card. And what do we get? We got Blightsteel. 11/11, Trample, Infect. Alright, let's go to combat. I am going to attack with everyone, because at this point, if he tries to kill my worm, I kill him. Between Colossus and It That Betrays, I actually kill him. Alright, so first Annihilator 2 triggers off. He's going to have to get rid of land, probably. I don't think he wants to get rid of blockers. Yep. So he's killing 2 lands. So as you can see in this game, because I've hit the point where every turn to do my discard, I can't add any more mana. So the fact that I got that mana ramp and that it's big mana ramp has made a huge difference, because I was able to bring in these ridiculously large cards as opposed to what he was able to do. So I'm wondering whether he's deciding whether he should just concede. Nope, he's actually oh, and It That Betrays, whatever he sacrifices, I get. So I just got both of his lands. which means I could actually do a 14, which doesn't really do much. 15 gives you Emrakul. So I could choose, if somehow he survives this, to just play a land and pass, basically, so that the next turn I could get Emrakul. Because he's dead next turn, though. Because I'm going to be able to Blightsteel him. I mean, he can totally hit me for 13. He can hit me for 14. Because he cast Arc Bond, which instantly went to the graveyard. I mean, he's going to come with that anyway because it's got Vigilance. But I've got this. Because he's at 11, even if he blocks both It That Betrays and Blightsteel. So if he doesn't block Blightsteel, he dies. So he has to block it and something else, yeah. Alright. This officially takes you into sideboarding, however, there's really nothing to do. Just submit deck, because you're never going to change anything. So, thank you again for watching. I hope this maybe encouraged you to want to go and play some Momir Basic. If you see me online, please feel free to send me a message and see if I'd like to play with you. I'm sure I would. So at this point, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like this video. And hey, don't forget your upkeep.